I got something I want to show you guys in the quail room. Follow me in. If you guys remember, earlier this summer we got quail. My intention was to start raising them right away for meat, to be able to collect their eggs, incubate them, and really expand this flock quickly. Unfortunately, as you guys have seen through our videos, it was a crazy summer. The garden was way more productive than we expected, which is good. We had the pigs, that kept us very busy, and then butchering the pigs, that was good. All the chickens, the deer, everything just was so busy, I just didn't have time to focus on the quail. So really all I did with them over the summer was keep them alive, and we ate their eggs. But now things are starting to slow down. If you remember a couple weeks ago, I showed you guys that I was putting some of their eggs in the incubator. Well, on Thanksgiving, we finally got some to hatch. So I came out this weekend and I installed a third cage. It's not quite time to bring the babies out here yet because today the high is only 32 degrees. But I want to be prepared. So we've got our breeders here. These are the extra males that I still have. They'll be going by as soon as I can figure out which of these new babies are males. But this is exciting. None of these that just hatched will be for eating. They're going to be more breeders. My goal is to get about 35 females for breeding, and then from there on out we'll be getting enough eggs that I can just constantly be incubating and raising up young ones. So this is exciting to me. Again, this is something I've been wanting to do but just haven't had the time. So I'm so glad that things are starting to slow down a little bit. So one new addition that I did add to their cage just for the winter is I put this box in. Just a cheap cardboard box from Walmart, 68 cents. I figure if it lasts me a couple months and then I need to replace it, I'm not out a lot of money, and it was a simple thing, but it gives them an area just to go in and kind of all huddle together at night if it gets real cold. They are inside this barn and it stays pretty good in here. I mean, there's no wind or anything, so they stay pretty warm even though they're outside. But I figured it was just an extra way to give them a little protection. We're excited. These cages are working out great. These are actually the cages we received when we got the silver fox rabbits last spring. These are the cages that came with the silver fox rabbits, which we already had cages for the rabbits, but these are working out perfectly for the quail. There's actually 2 more cages just like this that I plan on putting over on the other side of the barn here. So eventually we'll have 5 of these cages filled with quail. So always looking to expand, and that's a good way to do it. Let's go in the house because there's also another surprise in there.
You guys, come and look at these sweet baby quail chicks. They're so small. You know, these guys actually are about twice as big as they were when they hatched. They're only 4 days old. And I think that they're actually twice as big now as they were when they first hatched. So we have 8 baby quail, but out of 15 eggs, so that really isn't a very great hatch rate. Kevin's going to be fixing our incubator today. He's going to show you the trick he has to fix that, so that in the future, hopefully we can get almost 100% hatch rate. We are so excited to have these little chicks. It's a whole new adventure for us. We've never really done quail before, and these guys, they grow so fast. Within 6 to 8 weeks, not only are they big enough to become meat for our family, but they're big enough and mature enough to start laying their own eggs. It's really pretty crazy how fast they're going to grow. But there was a surprise also on Thanksgiving, and I want to show that to you right over there next to the quail. As an afterthought, when we were loading the incubator, we decided, just because we had extra room, to throw in 7 chicken eggs that we had in our poultry barn. And to our surprise, 6 out of 7 of our layer chicks hatched. And they're so cute. It looks like they'll probably come out to be barred rock. But we did have some golden lace Wyandottes in there. And really some barnyard mixed roosters from a friend. So they could actually end up kind of turning out into who knows what, but that's fine. And it was kind of perfect timing because our flock is getting a little bit on the older side. So to add 6 new chickens that will start laying this coming spring, it was like perfect timing. We're super excited to have them also.
This is one of the incubators that we have. We actually have two incubators. This one is the Hovabator. The other one that we have is the Little Giant Incubator. They're both very similar, but they are older. We've had these for a long time already. They for the most part work okay, but they have these manually adjusted thermostats on them, which are really hard to get the temperature just right. And you have to have, an external thermometer, and it takes a lot of kind of messing around before you can get it just right. And then it seems like it never holds the temperature. You have to be, messing with it throughout the entire process. So when we started to get into the quail and I started to get these incubators back out, I started to think maybe it's time that we need to upgrade these to something better. So I started to look at new incubators online, and holy cow, I was surprised. I guess maybe I'd forgotten how expensive they are. But even a new styrofoam incubator like this now, with the newer digital thermostats and everything, will run about $150 to $200. And you can easily buy, anywhere up to like a cabinet style incubator, which is almost $1,000. So my option, after doing some more research, was to not buy anything like that. I actually found that you can buy a digital thermostat. I found this on Amazon for $14.99, and I bought one for each of our incubators. And basically, this will just replace this old thermostat. See, on this old one, you turn this handle and it moves this thing inside, and that's how it works. But on these new digital ones, you actually just turn the power on, set the temperature to where you want it to be, and then this is a little temperature probe that hangs down inside the incubator, and it just keeps the temperature pretty constant the entire time. You can actually set on here how much of a variance you want. So on the other one that I have it set so that's a 0.2 degrees. It'll go up to 99.7 and down to 99.3, and it'll keep it right in that range. So today I'm going to replace the thermostat on this one, and then both of our incubators will be up with the times, so to speak. And we should be able to get much better hatch rates on our new eggs that we're going to be putting in coming up soon. So I'm going to get to work on this, and I'll show you guys once it's finished up. Alright, the thermostat's in. Now the hard part, remembering where all the wires go, or figuring out where all the wires go. I think I have it figured out though. Well, both of the incubators are now fully converted to having digital thermostats, which is awesome. Instead of going out and spending, $300 on new incubators, I was able to fix both of these for $15. I will leave a link in our Amazon shop to this thermostat. If you guys have these older style incubators and have the same trouble that we were having, where it's so hard to get the temperature set just right, this is a really easy thing to do to replace these. The only thing that these don't have that the ones that come on the new incubators have is that they have a built-in humidity gauge, and these do not, because they're not really made for the incubators. But I was able to find on eBay a couple of years ago these digital humidity gauges, and I think I paid like $2 or $3 a piece for them at the time. So I just have that in there alongside this, and it's working perfectly. Now on the inside, this was really easy to do. It's just a matter of taking out the old thermostat, disconnecting all the wires, and then each thermostat that you buy will come with a wiring diagram. It'll show you, these center ones are for power. These, this is where your temperature probe plugs in, which I need to shorten that so it only hangs down to the level of the eggs. And then, your fan, and it's really an easy thing to do. Trust me, I am not that good with electronics or electrical type stuff, and this was really easy to do. Again, if you're having trouble with incubators keeping the temperature, I would recommend this upgrade, and it's so much cheaper than having to go out and buy new incubators. and now they're going to work just fine. I've actually had this one plugged in already for a couple days, and it's been holding the temperature really well. The other nice thing is, now that I know that this is an easy project, I've actually seen this style of incubator at garage sales for like $5 or $10, but I've been reluctant to buy them because of the troubles that we've had. Now that I know for $15 I can upgrade one, you know, I may just pick up a third one, because it's nice that I have my egg turner in this one, and then when the eggs need to come off the egg turner and just be held still, I move them over to this one so they can hatch over here, and then I can get more eggs right back in. But it would be even nicer if I had a third one, because then I could do quail and chicken, things that take different amounts of time. And, you know, $15 for one of these thermostats is a great deal. Fix both these for 30 bucks.
So you guys, we're so excited to start our new adventure with these little guys. Look how tiny these are. Oh, I'm afraid he's gonna fall on the floor. But we're so excited to learn more about raising quail. Now that we've got these incubators up and running, it can be more of a consistent thing on a homestead, and as we learn, we'll teach you guys so you can learn too.
Yeah, I really think with these new digital thermostats, it's going to be much more just set the temperature and, you know, not have to worry about them nearly as much as we did with the old kind. So if this is your first time visiting our homestead, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button before you leave. Don't forget to share this with all of your social media. Hey, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. There's a lot of things that we post on Instagram that we don't show on YouTube, so check us out there as well. And until next time, thanks so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care, and God bless.
God bless.